folks, and welcome back to the Dieselbird channel. Today we're going to be doing a few different things on the TT250, so let's go ahead and remove the front wheel. Well guys, we made it down the hill and it's starting to get a little dark and gloomy down here. Here's hoping this all stays down here in the valley so when we get back up we can go and take the bike for a nice little test ride. Guys, so we have to make a little stop along our way, get us some lunch before we go ahead and continue on with what we're doing today. Gonna get us some In-N-Out, since we can't get it up in Big Bear. Well guys, we made it here to Chaparral. Here's the big old sign, and here's the big old warehouse. Okay, for my viewers that live out of state here and have never seen the inside of Chaparral before, this is basically off-road heaven in the Inland Empire here. Got anything motorcycle, off-road, UTV that you could think of, they have it. We've got clothing, helmets. This is just the first section here. We head up here, yet another large section of clothing, boots and helmets back in the corner there. And then all the way back here in the corner where we're going, they have tires, sprockets, chains, just about anything you can think of. Alright guys, we're finally all done here at Chaparral. We've got some chain lube, our fork oil, a butt plug for the bike, a jersey that was on sale, chain braking tool, a Pro Taper gold chain, and our 43.2 sprocket in the back. They did not have the 45, so I bit the bullet, said let's go with 43 and see how it works. And we've got our new shinko right back here, and our old tire and tube up on top, just as backup. So let's get on the road, head home, and get this stuff going. They're the ATV mid-size, you see there. All the reviews I read about these bars were pretty good. They seem like high quality, so we're going to try them out, see how they work. They're supposedly lightweight as well. We've got everything else sitting over here. We've got our belray 7-weight fork oil, just a big old can of the chain wax that I use. Over here, you can see our Rogue dual compound MX grips in detail. These ones are nice and plush, they got nice rubber on them. And my typical red and black colors. Here's our gloves over here. And this is a JTR 269. This is a 43 tooth because it's the only one they had in stock. I wanted the 45, but I bit the bullet. It was only $18. So I got the 43 and I'm going to see how it works out for me. And then we've got our Pro Taper gold MX chain here, PT4 it looks like. Our chain breaker. So we're going to go ahead and get the new bars set up, install them on the bike there. TT looks so sad without her handlebars on, but we'll fix that. Alrighty guys, it's getting kind of late, so I'm just going to call it a night, and I'm going to come back here in the morning so we can go ahead and install the 43 tooth sprocket and maybe do the fork well, depending on how much time we have left in the day. So we'll see you guys in the morning. We got the bike all propped up, so the next thing we're going to do is remove this rear brake caliper. Just two 10mm bolts that hold this rear caliper on. Not sure if it's the same on the Hawk 250s or not, but it should be similar. Alright, now we're going to go over here and pull the countershaft sprocket cover off. Just so we have easier access and we can see what we're doing with the chain. Alrighty guys, we've got the wheel off now. We're going to take our 13mm socket and our breaker bar here, go ahead and pop all these bolts loose. Alright guys, so we got this C-clip off here. Now if you don't have the proper tool like I do in order to get it off, what I did is I took these needle nose pliers and stuck them inside the clip to pry it open, and then with the help of my dad took this screwdriver and stuck it behind the clip, and then took a second screwdriver and pried the clip up and out. Now we're going to remove this stock sprocket here. Sit that down right over there. Take our JTR 43, all nice and shiny and black. Try out using the old sprocket as a spacer. While you can use the stock sprocket flipped upside down as a spacer and just run it that way, it will put a slight offset and cause a bit of a crab walk on the bike. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our Dremel and our little barrel sandpaper, and we're just going to sand out the center of the sprocket here just a little bit, so that way it'll slide all the way down and fit on the hub. Let's go ahead and sand it down. As you can see, the sprocket fits perfectly on there. All you need to do is just grind out about 1mm throughout the whole center section and it will slide on perfectly. But for those of you that don't have a Dremel and are doing this with what you got, as I said before, just take the stock sprocket, flip it upside down, and then set your JT sprocket right on top. It will cause a bit of an offset, but if you're willing to live with that, all it might do is wear the chain out faster and cause a bit of a weird ride on the bike. So that's another way you can do it if you would like to run the dual gear ratio setup, because that is very nice and handy. You just need to loosen the axle, slide the tire forward, put the chain onto the other sprocket, and you have two gear ratios right there at your fingertips. But I'd rather have the centered offset, so I just grinded mine down, and it fits on there perfectly now. So we're going to go ahead and bolt this bad boy down, put the wheel back onto the bike, put the new chain on, and then... Alrighty guys, we got everything back together, and I think it looks really nice. That black sprocket with the gold chain looks beautiful. So we're just going to throw it into gear real quick and see how it runs. I've already tested it out just spinning it by hand, and it's running fairly straight. And then after that, we're going to go ahead and wash the bike off and then call it a day. Everything looks like it's running pretty straight. Alright guys, thank you guys for watching, and we will see you in the next video where we test this out for top speed.